What up? They don't want none. They don't want none. What's up, folks? It's Friday, December 7th, 19th. What am I talking about? 2018. I don't know where 19 came from. A lot of things to cover today. No emails, so the show might be a little short. Sorry I started a little late today. A couple things going on. I'm doing the show now earlier because my daughter gets half a day, so I have to get off the bus around 12. So I'm doing it now instead of I normally do 12 o'clock. I said the next few around the holidays will be a little tougher with things going on at work and scheduling and stuff. So it's going to be between 11 and 1. The show is going to be, I'll try to post either that morning or a day before the time, but it's, right now it's just kind of up in the air. I really rather just do it at 12 every day or 1, like those 2 times. But like I said, it's kind of tough. Couple things. First of all, I want to say the wrestling world lost 2 great legends, Thomas Billington, a.k.a. the Dynamite Kid, and Larry Hennig, the Axe, Mr. Perfect's father, grandfather to Curtis Axel. Yeah, both were great wrestlers. I loved the British Bulldogs were my favorite tag team in the 80s. They were my favorite. I loved him and Davey Boy. They were perfect. Davey Boy with his power and his size and his strength, and then you had the Dynamite Kid with his quickness and his technical ability. I loved the Dynamite Kid. He was one of my favorite wrestlers, one of my favorite tag teams of all time was the British Bulldogs, because he was so technically sound. He was pretty jacked too. So, and Larry the Axe Hennig, what can you say about him? The guy was a legend. He was a monster. He's definitely I think bigger than both his grandson and his son. He was just more. He had like such more broader shoulders, and he wasn't as. I think both Kurt and Curtis are a little more. They're more cut. They're more had more of a tight physique. Larry was more of just a very big man. He was very, he wasn't jacked, but he was just big and brawny. But he was a great wrestler as well. So rest in peace to those, the Dynamite Kid and the Axe, Larry Hennig. Baseball. A lot of things going on off season. The Mets signed Cano and Diaz, which I think is going to help them. I don't know how much Cano's going to give. He's 36, going on 37. The PED thing, I don't know. But the whole thing with Cano is 36, 37 years old, playing every day second base. And there's no DH in the National League, so I don't know what that. Is he going to get some days off? Probably. Are they going to maybe teach him to play another position? Maybe they could. But Diaz I think is the best. That's the guy who led the league in saves last year. So you're getting a top closer. So the Mets, I think, did a good job with that. Did they really need Cano? Probably not, but he came with Diaz, because I'm pretty sure Diaz is the crown jewel of that, not 36-year-old Robinson Cano. This was like 6-7 years ago. Yeah, Cano's the main jewel of that trade, even though because Diaz is probably not even around playing yet, or he's probably in the minor leagues. But the Yankees, they didn't get Corbin. They didn't sign Evaldi. There are a few names left. Corey Kluber's available. I don't see the Indians parting with them unless they're going to get like top of the line prospects and someone big. And I don't see. It depends on who they want. What I love Corey Kluber, yeah, because he pitches very good in Yankee Stadium, especially against the Yankees. So I would love Corey Kluber. If you had Corey Kluber, Paxton, you got Severino, Tanaka, and then you have CC. That's a great. If you add I think they should do a 6-man rotation and let every guy pitch every 6 days. I'll tell you this: Tanaka in Japan pitched every 6 days, and was fun. The numbers he put up were ridiculous in Japan, as everyone well knows. Him to me in 5 days rest is not the same. When he pitches in the playoffs and he's getting the extra days rest, he is lights out. He is good. So do I want Tanaka to have that extra day? Do I want CC to have that extra day? Yeah. Do I want a young Severino who throws really hard? Yeah, that'd be smart. You go 6-man rotation, and you sign Happ. You go out and maybe if you can get Dallas Keuchel or Bumgarner, forget it. We're locking it down. It's a done deal. Because as much as the Red Sox are good, the Yankees got 10 times better if that happens. If they can get more of those 3 top stars, even if they sign Happ, he's another lefty, and you go 6-man rotation with that, I like our chances. As long as none of them really get severely hurt or is out for a long period of time, and our offense does what they do, I think we're good. I don't. What are they going to do? Like I said, there's still plenty of time. The meetings are next week, so who knows? Football. The Giants won a close game against Chicago, which it shouldn't have been because they got screwed in so many dumb calls at the end of the fourth quarter. The fact that they actually won the game in overtime was shocking. What does it mean? Nothing. It's just putting us further away from getting a better draft pick. To me, like I said, they want to go out. They want to try to go out. They said they're not a bad team. It's just that Eli needs time to throw, and he don't got time to throw, and the defense will make a stop. You're not winning games. Period. You need that one big stop or one big play in a game on offense or defense to win a game, and the Giants either get it or they don't. That's it. Plain and simple. The Jets, Sam Darnold's finally going to play. They're just as bad as the Giants, so there's really nothing to say about them. What they need to just completely rebuild around Sam Darnold and get him a couple more weapons, especially offensive line-wise. Their defense is pretty tight. I think they just need to improve a couple, maybe minor spots on defense, but otherwise I think their defense is pretty solid. Do I see them getting a big name? They got the money. Can they go out and get a big receiver or a big running back? Or can they go get Le'Veon Bell? Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? But the Jets are the Jets. The Knicks, they got their ass kicked last night by the Celtics. Nothing new there. They're 8-18 or 8-19, where the fuck they are now. They suck. There's nothing to it. Everyone got all excited when they won like 3 games in a row. Dude, this team is not built to beat other superstar teams. Period. You're not beating fucking anybody with a superstar on it. Period. Because unless you have another superstar to match that superstar, you're not winning. And who do we got right now? Tim Hardaway Jr. is our superstar. Do I need to say more? Like, without Porzingis, without the freaking unicorn, guess what? The Knicks have nobody. They have no superstars. There's no one on that team is superstar worthy. Besides Porzingis, and he's not playing because he's hurt. So, say all you want about Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr., he's a good player. He's not a great player. He could be a great player. There's no way he is. His dad was phenomenal. I'm sorry. His dad could dribble around guys. He made shit happen. Hardaway Jr., he's just a shooter. He's not going to, he gets a few dunks here and there, but he's not a creator. He's not going to go out there and create shots for other guys, let alone get him in better position to score. He's just going to either shoot, unless he feels like he's got, Tim Hardaway could read his opponent so quickly that he knew what to do before his opponent did. He'd either be pulling back, shooting a 3, or driving to the hoop and drawing a foul, or kicking, or drawing guys in and then kicking out to somebody. That's what he did, and that's what the Knicks need. And that if Tim Hardaway Jr. goes back and watches his dad's old tapes and learns from that, then you got yourself a point guard. But until you have, that's a Robin. You need the Batman, which is Porzingis, or a number of guys in the offseason will be free agents. You can get Kevin Durant here, dude, or Kawhi Leonard. Shit got real. We'll get real quick. The Knicks will go from to at least middle of the pack. Because if you get Durant or Kawhi Leonard, Kemba Walker, any of these guys, you put them in a Knicks uniform, shit's going to definitely be for the best. Because you need that one superstar guy. Hell, if you can get a good superstar and like a mid-range, really like all-star, say that, the Knicks can do something. But like I said, who knows? No one wants to come to New York, man. No one wants to deal with the pressure. The Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973. I wasn't even born yet. Wasn't even thought in my parents' mind yet. So the fact that we haven't won a championship since 1973 and it's 2018. It's too long. And we've been so close so many times. Everyone's like, a few years ago we never shot. We got knocked out in the first round. It was a joke. Carmelo, Amari, I call that the freaking Amelo days. Because those were the days of both them being here and not helping us get to the next round. Like, they did what they could, but they just couldn't do it together, which was sad, but whatever. I just, the basketball to me is like, I can't watch it. The Knicks are unwatchable. And I used to love watching Knicks basketball. I grew up I was spoiled in the late 80s and 90s. Patrick Ewing and Mason and Oakley, and you just had Starks. Everybody was just knew their role and was good, and they played defense. Like, defense now is not even played. It's a joke. Like, scores are so ridiculously high now, I can't watch. If you get a really low scoring game, it means actually teams are playing defense. And it doesn't happen too often, unless that's what your team's like designed around, which doesn't happen too often. But in basketball, it doesn't happen that much. Avengers 4 trailer. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's on YouTube. It's all over the internet. It is freaking... It's something to the imagination to be left, because I'm telling you right now, my friend Scott texted me. He's like, you have to see it. And then he texted me, and then after I saw it, and then he texted me like a little before I texted him back. He said, "Don't you wish it was April?" I'm like, "Yeah," because this is going to be the mind-blowing event of the year for every geek with who loves Marvel and loves the Avengers, which I am. Spider-Man, what's going to happen with him? Like Avengers is like, I can't wait. The fact the way they left it is like we have to wait a whole year. Like we're not even like we're so close. Like we're December. January, February, March, April. We're 4 months away still. 4 months away from Avengers 4, dude. And I think the name is called Endgame. It looks like that's what it said underneath the title. So, Avengers Endgame. The last day of the Avengers. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it looks pretty freaking sick. The next movie I want to talk about that I can't wait for, which comes out, I think, on the 21st for my wife's birthday in a couple of weeks, Aquaman. Aquaman's getting great reviews all over. It's premiered in I don't know why it goes and premieres in other countries first. It's America first, then other countries, but they do it and they work their way towards America, I guess. But I love Jason Momoa. He's a great actor. I think he's perfect for the part. I heard the storyline is just as good. It's like Wonder Woman, but with Aquaman. Like her whole how she becomes to be Wonder Woman, her growing up in the Amazon and all that shit. How Aquaman grows up. His backstory, how his mom and his dad, or his mom's the Queen of Atlantis, and his dad's just a freaking boathouse. James Wan's a great director, so I heard the effects, the whole. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, they said if you liked Avatar, you're gonna like Aquaman, and I liked Avatar. I wasn't a big fan of Avatar at first, but it grew on me. I love superhero movies. I've always thought Aquaman was very underrated. I always fucking never really did anything with him, They had him so cheesy in the Super Friends and the comic books. They got him a little bit better, which I think they draw more from the comic books. Because you look at Jason Momoa and you look at any comic book, it's like almost like when they find. I'm pretty sure when if I'm doing a casting call, auditions for this, and I see like a bunch of people, and and I'm comparing to the comic now, like how they have him with the hair, and he's got the freaking. Well, now he only has the one arm. He's got the trident or whatever. He's got something on his arm now, like he got his arm cut off. So, but he's got the long hair, he's got the beard and shit. And then and Jason Momoa walks in and see how he is. I'm like, dude, don't even. I'm like, done. You're hired. You don't have to say a word. You're hired. He looked exactly like him. It's like give him the freaking fake arm, of course, whatever, but. He's freaking spot on, and he's a great actor. I liked him in Justice League. I thought he played him good, and I think we're going to see him play him even better in Aquaman, the solo movie. So I'm pumped up. I really can't wait for that. Fantasy football. I'm in the playoffs, first round, so I'm crossing my fingers. I got to see how far I've been to the playoffs. I haven't been to the finals in a while, and it's been a few years, and I lost to my dad last time. So that really sucked. So this time around, I think I got a better matchup. I hope Ben Roethlisberger doesn't get killed or crippled during the game against Oakland, because then he's got to play. If I do win, he's going against New England, I think, next week after he plays Oakland this week. So a lot of good matchups involved, especially with my fantasy league and the guys who I'm facing, because I think the guy who's got the bye now, who's in first, has Tom Brady. So if I win this week and if I have to face him, we'll both be facing each other. Brady really against Ben, so it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be pretty pumped up if I can pull that one off. But like I said, Tom Brady's always fucked me in the past. Either if I've owned him on a fantasy team or been against him, either way he always screws me. So what can I tell you? And rest in peace, Stan Lee. I completely forgot about to mention that in my last show, and I apologize because that was, I don't know why it slipped my mind. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. He created Spider-Man. He created the greats, the Avengers. He's created all of them, and my first comic book was Spider-Man comic book. So to me, Stan Lee was awesome. I loved everything he did. He was so. I love the way he did his little cameos in all the movies. So, and I'm pretty sure he's covered. He's going to be in Avengers, I heard, and I think Captain Marvel. So, when it comes out, so I'm pretty happy. Stan Lee was great, and the man's going to leave a legacy that's going to last a lifetime. He's created the greatest characters in comic book history, and they're living on through comics still, and TV shows, and movies, and action figures, and posters and paraphernalia, and Stanley, God bless you, man. Rest in peace, and thank you for, Spider-Man and all the Marvel Universe. I thank you. What else? There's something else I want to talk about, but I wrote it down. No, Aquaman was the last thing I wanted to talk about. I will probably be back Friday again next week. I'm saying 12. Co-host thing, it's a toss-up right now. Still a lot of things going on with that. Otherwise, I'm going to try to get another co-host if this one doesn't work out. But if that won't happen, probably till after the new year. But this other one, I hopefully can get him on. It's still a matter of scheduling and if he wants to come in, if he wants to do it via phone, like I did with Mr. X, it's up to him. So I'm still waiting to see how he wants to do it. Once I hear anything, I will keep you posted. But folks, I'm going to wrap it up. Questions, comments, emails, jerrygman2376 @yahoo.com. And follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, G-Funks Rants. And that's about it. Folks, enjoy. I don't think there's anything going on this weekend besides football. Fantasy football playoffs starting in a lot of leagues, so good luck to everybody. And actually to me. But I'll see you next Friday. Hopefully around the same time. I'm going to say I'm aiming for 12. But things happen. I got to adjust on the fly. Until next week, enjoy your weekend. Go Giants. Go Knicks. Hopefully Yankees get a trade. I got to go. I'll see you when I see you.